noticed, she's my biggest fan. I don't know if you've noticed that. You should. You know, life is 10% of what happens to you, but 90% of how do you react to it. And that's it. You know, what kind of attitude you're gonna go into this with. And it happened, deal with it, get on with your life. And I'm just so grateful to have this angel with me. Yeah, she's saved my life. She did.
It was a difficult time, obviously. Anytime you hear the word cancer, it's pretty overwhelming. The doctor came out, so I knew at that point that there was something major going on. And the other times, the assistant would come out to get the family. He said that it is cancer. We're going to get him into Stanford immediately. And so that's when we took him down to Stanford. Of course, I was going to support him in any way that I possibly could. And we have a very large family. Our families all came together. Everybody was there to support him, but he's got the most wonderful attitude, as you can kind of see. He jokes about things. It was almost, I didn't want him to support me, but I was like, honey, this is like a major surgery. And he's like, this will be nothing. We'll get through it. The nurses, everyone was very attentive to me as well to make sure that I was okay with what he was going to go through. They were so supportive, I would have to say. They were my support system as well as our family and friends. When he first came out of surgery, it was, there's blood involved and there's a lot of mucus involved, and it's kind of overwhelming when you first see it. And you pretty much hear a lot of gurgling, and it's frightening. When the nurse came in, she was wonderful. She said, I want you to take your time and let me explain exactly how this works and what you'll be doing going forward. And so she was right there with me every step of the way. I think it was the second day that the fright went away. It was, okay, this is what we need to do, we'll get it done. I was actually going through some tests while he was going through his tests. And Jason, our daughter or son, would go with him, and I'd go to my own doctor and had some tests run on myself, and I knew something was wrong because I had a mammogram, but nothing showed up. But I felt in the back here that there was something wrong. And so the doctor called while he was in surgery for the 10 hours, and the doctor called and said that I needed to come in now, and I told him I'm not leaving my husband. And I knew then when he said, so I found out I had breast cancer. Well, they talked about just removing the cyst, and then perhaps have chemo and radiation. And because of what he was going through, I felt it was much more important for me to be there for him, and if I had a different option, I would take it. So what I chose was a mastectomy, and then they would decide later on if I needed the chemo and radiation. I had to be there for him. I had to be. And so that was a difficult time. I think if it was just me going through breast cancer, if it was a different time, it would have been something different. But it was almost for me just, okay, remove it, let's get on, I gotta get back to the hospital. That's kind of how I felt. And Dr. Wheeler told me when I was about, she said, you're in the aircraft business. She said, what you have to do is what they say on the planes is put your mask on before you help your child and put their mask on. And she said, you're not healing properly, get home now and take care of you, because you won't be there for him if you don't take care of yourself. Because she was worried about infections and such, because I was running like a crazy lady, trying to make sure that I was down with him every day. I needed to be with him. And so I think she put it in perspective for me. I better take care of myself, because then I am going to be in trouble if I don't take care of myself. I mean, I'm fine. And I thank God every day for Stanford, because they got all the cancer. He's Dr. Hulsinger said he's cancer free, and I'm cancer free. Yeah, but we've done it together. So it's yeah. But it is you feel very grateful that, my God, to go through both of us having cancer and we're fine. I mean, we truly
Oh,
are
yeah.
fine to
Oh, yeah.
to come out of this, and
There's light at the end of the tunnel, and you'll get through it. And you know that old adage, it's always darkest before the dawn. You better believe it, because you do come out the other end. And, you know, got to make some adaptations, but overall, you get through it. You get through it. There'll be some bumps in the road, but that's what life is. It's a series of, you know, ups and downs.